Hello, hello. See if I can find myself. There we are. Oh, I don't want to hear myself though. Come on in, everybody. It's Jeanette with our Backroom Creations. Come on in. Make sure I can find myself. And doink, doink. If you guys wouldn't mind sprinkling the love, I'd appreciate it. Hi, Cheryl. How are you tonight? Hey, Elizabeth. I was trying to do like 5 million things all at once and it just wasn't working out. So we'll set this over here for now. So I have an order for a pancake wreath. Hi Pam, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. I mean, I don't see you now, but you know. Hey Lori, how's it going? So we're gonna make it very flat. So I live in Ohio. I've lived in 3 states in my life: Illinois, Ohio, and Michigan, and they're all cold. So many of us, hi Dan, many of us have storm doors on the front of our houses. So the big poofy wreaths that I make just don't fit. So we can make a pancake wreath that was created by Melissa Morrow from Sincerely Creative Mom. I forget how long ago, but she's the one that invented it. And it's very flat. It's like 3-4 inches tops. So it's very good to put in the middle of doors if you have a storm door to help keep that cold air out. So what we're going to do here, ooh, I set a little thing in front of my little icons. We're going to bring you down so you can see what I'm doing. Hi, Tammy. How are you doing? Do you guys wouldn't mind sprinkling me out? I'd appreciate it. So this is going to be a lot different. If you've watched me make wreaths before, it's going to be a lot different than what you're used to. But it still makes a very pretty wreath. 1, it uses less materials, and then 2, it's flat. Flat as a pancake. Thus, it's called the pancake. So we've got some fabric mesh here. Oh, I do need a couple clothespins. Clothespins are a necessity in my room. So these are 20-ish cuts, and we want them to flip down. Actually, I don't need clothespins, but oh well. So I usually fold under my little raw edges just to make it not ravel as bad. And this is some pretty heavy duty fabric mesh, so it's really, really nice. We're gonna make a Santa wreath, and we're gonna start on the outside, which is the outside of our rings. So I hope everybody's doing good tonight. And then we just kind of overlap it. So if you get strings out here like this, you can cut them as you go, cut them at the end. But we just try to prevent very many of them. So, and that's our pancake right there. So we're just going to keep on going. Has everybody started Christmas shopping? I know, I love this thread. It's nice and heavy. This is like a staple for my wreath making because you can make farmhouse. You can do Christmas. You can use it for 4th of July, watermelon, summer. You can just use it for so many different things. So I usually have rolls of this in here. Though I don't make as many wreaths as I used to. Seems like, oh, I did not do that straight down the middle. I'm out of practice. Hi, Patty. You started yours? Patty's on YouTube. So if you didn't know, I do have a YouTube channel. It got a little kickstart. Not a kickstart. a boost here the past couple months. So that's good. My husband Floyd, if you don't know him, he laughed at me. Last month I got a check from Facebook for $16. I'm like, hey, listen, $16 is $16. It's so hard to start shopping for my grandkids. They're getting older. The little one, I can buy anything for her. She's 2. So you do want to make sure that you pinch it in the middle, or else your little pancake will be lopsided. So last year I gave them gift cards, and they seem to be content with that. But I think it's so impersonal. But it's what they want, I guess. Grandma will comply. So when you buy a roll of mesh, comes like this, bigger of course. And you need just a little over half of it. Hi Giselle, how are you? So we're just doing a straight out ruffle. Let your fingers do the walking. Hi Pat, how are you? Got a piece sneaking over there, it's trying to fall off my table. That looks a little crooked, don't it? I'm doing good. I had this. Somebody scared the bejesus out of me today. I'm going back to. I live real close to work, so I come home for lunch, and I was going back to work, and I was getting in the turning lane to go to turn onto the road to work, and this car just thought it was going to turn too, but at the same time, I had to slam on my brakes. I'm like, where do people get their driver's license? Just don't pay attention. It did. It scared me. Because it wasn't like just a, oh, they got in my way. It was a, oh, I got in their way, but they were in the wrong. It was one of those. So there's probably marks on the road. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Tired. Been having hot flashes at night. Not because of, the girl thing, but when I have my back injections for 2-3 weeks, sometimes a month, I have really bad hot flashes, and I guess this time it decided to hit at night. I can feel my legs getting warm because about this time every night it gets bad. Okay, so when you do a pancake wreath, you know how we normally put all our mesh on it and then we put our ribbons on it? Well, when you do a pancake one, you put your outside mesh on and then we do ribbons before we put our inside on, or else you won't be able to see them. And we want our pipe cleaners to kind of peek up here so we know where they go. Patty says, sleep with a fan on you. I do, Patty. I still have my air conditioner I turned on the other day because I was so hot. So we've got some Santa belts. You gotta have a little bit of glitter in there. You know me. If you don't know me, I'm telling you now, I love glitter. So we got some ho-ho-hos. Your oldest daughter, her 2-year-old daughter, had a big... Oh, no! They're all okay? Oh, well, that's all that matters. I know I've hit 2 deer in my time, and I totaled my... No, I didn't total it. I did a lot of damage to my truck, and then I had a minivan one time that I hit it. My husband, my ex-husband now, but my husband at the time said, well, did you bring it home? No. It was a big buck, too. So we have 4 tails now. We're just going to separate them. So you can kind of pull them up, and that way you can see them all. Sometimes I do just the same 2 in everyone, and then sometimes I do 4. It's been a long time since I hit a deer. Now, I live in town, and we've been having deer in our backyard. Oh, I'm sure. And I have heard about the horns coming through the window. I wouldn't even know what to do. Because sometimes that can hurt worse than the actual collision. Here in Ohio, we have lots of deer. Like I said, the other day was it yesterday or the day before? There was a buck in the backyard. It was a nice buck. He was just chilling, and the school is like back behind my property, so I'm not quite sure what he thought he was going to get in my backyard, but I have like a double lot and the trees line it, so we're just squishing up the middle. Make sure you twist them good enough. Hey, Ricky Harrison, how are you? Howdy, howdy. I know this week just kind of got caught off guard, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even post that I was going live. I suppose I better do that. It's been a crazy couple weeks. If something's not going crazy in my life, then I don't know what to do with myself. Whether my health, my work, the business. I started changing. I'm in a local shop. Started changing it all over to Christmas. I still leave everyday stuff in there too. The color of my craft show was moss green. I had 3 moss green wreaths, and they all went right off the bat. Boom. And they weren't like seasonal. They were just like everyday wreaths. Like one said Amazing Grace. I forget what the other one said. But I'm like, wow. Now next year I'll make some of them will sell. Isn't that the way it goes? I do like to, especially for this kind of petal. It's not a petal, but like a ruffle. Just a regular ruffle. I do like to use like fabric mesh because it doesn't fray as bad. So we'll just have to... Can't believe it's almost the middle of November already. But it was like 60 here today. They said the other day was going to be the last of the good weather, but nope. Oh, don't you start freezing on me, Facebook. So this is our last one. And then now we'll start putting our inside mesh on. Has anybody put up their tree yet? My daughter did, but she likes Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas, so she made it a Halloween tree. I'm like, okay, it's still Christmas. It's still your Christmas tree. 65 in northern Indiana today. You're outside doing leaves? I was at work. Me and my youngest granddaughter, well, she was raking and I was using the blower. Then I'd rake a little, then I'd blow some more. We have this tree, I forget the name of it. It's a weird name. You guys might know. It's got really long pods on it. Gets black all over everything that if there's anything under it. And the leaves are huge. No, Patty says no tree yet. My son, the one that had moved back home for just a couple months between after his fiance and him broke up, he's like, I don't have a tree now. And I'm like, okay, I'm sure I got one in the attic. And of course I did. I didn't have any more 6-foot ones because I had given him a 6-foot one last year. Of course he didn't take it. I usually put my tree up Thanksgiving weekend or for Thanksgiving, whatever we decide is going to be the family, dinner. Because I usually put it up and then I let my grandkids decorate it. I used to not let them decorate it because Grandma used to have like picky taste about the tree. But now I'm just like, as long as I don't put the ornaments all on one side of the tree, we're okay. Of course, they're all getting so tall now. There's just a couple little ones, or short ones, I should say. The second youngest is 9, so they're all getting up there, making Grandma feel old. That's been our tradition. My boys used to put up the tree. I used to have this huge one. Remember the ones that were color coded and you had to hook them in around the pole? Well, now I think my tree is in 3 pieces, and you like just snap them together, and then they just fall out. That's the tree to get. It is so easy. I can put it together by myself. And then I made the mistake. The one before that was so big around, I had to put it up against the wall or in a corner and not put the bottom third on because it was so big. It was huge. But it finally gave out. They don't make things like they used to. It was 80. Oh, Patty says it's going to be 80 on Thursday and 55 on Friday. I could take like 65-degree weather all the time. 60, 65. Wear a hoodie, sit by the fire. Where's my other side? There we go. You guys are being awful quiet tonight. Do I have one more? Oh, I skipped one. It'll be okay. Who has more than 3 trees they put up? And no, the ceramic one with the little light bulbs don't count. I don't have one of those anymore. think it finally got broke. Patty says she loves red and white. Thank you. Ooh, I guess it don't matter. I still got 2 more to do. Last one. See how thin it is? Look. And of course, we'll put a bow on it. 12, Diane. 12 at 20 degrees. 20 inches. You know, normally when I do like other kinds, I use 18. But a pancake's only 12. Because if you used 18 and tried to make a pancake, it'd end up with a poofy ruffle. Just because they'd be so close together. But if you have a variegated mesh, you know, meaning different colors, you know, you only need 1 roll. You only need a whole roll. Okay. So now we're going to put our ribbon tails on for the inside. Don't matter. It'll be right in the middle, so it don't matter. Now, when I make my big poofy ones, sometimes I don't separate my ribbon tails, but in a pancake you want to because you're not going to see them if you don't. You know, so some of these, you know, you'll just peek out. I have my ho 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 ribbon downstairs. I knew I had it. Of course, I have several rolls of it. I was making sign and ribbon kits. I had to go find my ho 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 ribbon. I had 1 more roll and I knew it was somewhere. I have a black and red ho 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 ribbon too. I have so much Christmas ribbon. So who has never made a pancake wreath? Telling you, they're pretty easy. I usually do 3 twists. If you ever watch Melissa, she's like twisty, 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 twisty. Just twist it so much it's going to turn into a tornado. That's right. Pam's never made a wreath. Pammy, you gonna start making caramels this year? Patty, you've never made a pancake? Of course, it's warmer by her sometimes. My mom, well, you know what? My mom doesn't have a storm door. But she lives in a converted, well, the church isn't converted. It was the antique store, and there was a 3-bedroom apartment built on the back. So her doors are more commercial doors. You're thinking about caramels? Pam makes really good caramels. Oh, I tried to make caramels once and I failed, and that was just like one of the things I'd never tried again. Make fudge. I grew up, Grandma made fudge the old-fashioned way. Patty says she hangs her wreaths on the outside of the storm door, so she likes them full. And people do that. But here in Ohio, sucker to the door because I've lost a few door hangers just from the wind. The one I had just made, I think it was for 4th of July or something. And my husband went after, looking after it, but he didn't find it anywhere. The long wrapped caramels, she cuts them in little squares and then wraps them in wax paper. They're really good. Of course, Pam, I have my 15-year-old granddaughter living here. I might have to hide them from her. I wonder if she's tried. I don't think she's tried making caramels. She likes to cook. She made cookies the other day for us. She's so funny. She made brownies and she says, "Can I make 2 boxes?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Just make them thicker." Well, she didn't use. Grandpa showed her where the 9x13 pans were, and she didn't use a 9x13. She used a 8x11. They were a little full. Oh, I'm sure, Pam. You have an Amish store that have caramels wrapped in wax paper, but they're long. Yeah, some people make them like they're long, like cowtails. All right, so here's the wreath with just the mesh, and I'm showing you up front. I mean, there's a little camera. This was a sign I had bought. It's not one that we made. I don't remember where I got it now, but it's already got holes in it. I don't normally use holes in signs. I use the cable mounts, but since we already have the holes, we're going to use them. You may need the needle. Oh, where's the needle? There it is. We got a little scratch on it. Oh, it'll be okay. It will be okay. Grandma made fudge like by, drizzling it in the water to see if it was, soft ball. She made hardtack candy. She made all kinds of candy. I bought some hardtack because I used to love. Yes, Pam's are soft and creamy. My grandma made fudge. She would sell it. That's how much she made it. There was a country store that because she made pies and noodles and all kinds of stuff. I finally found the recipe to my grandma's pineapple drop cookies. Oh my gosh, they're so good. If you like pineapple upside down cake, these are to die for. Not really, but Oh, that'll be cute. So with the pancake, it's kind of hard to get the pipe cleaners down through. So I use a big needle. You could use one of those plastic ones too if you wanted. It's just a matter of getting it down through the mesh. We're doing good on time. I made chicken and noodles the other day. No, I don't make my noodles homemade. I don't have time. Grandma did though. She would And she didn't have a very big house, but boy, she would put one of those drying racks up on the kitchen table and the towels underneath, and we'd hang noodles. Oh, the memories. Hi, Rachel. There we go. And the only reason I don't like is, you know, if it bothers me too much, I might glue. You want some? Well, you live closer to her than I do. Might put some maybe bells on there or something. I don't know. So we'll just make sure we attach this to our frame. I keep thinking I'm going to have to move, but I'm not moving into Cumberstown. Sorry. I might have to put some bells where the ties are. Bring this down a little bit. Ooh. To bring it down, I need to redo this one. Thank you, Patty. She says it's really cute. Just wrapping it around the frame. You always want to make sure you do like a figure 8. Sometimes if you have heavy signs, they will like they'll sag over time. It's bad everywhere. I just don't, the jobs aren't that good down that way. I don't want to have to drive very far. I'm a whiny baby now. Floyd works 2 miles that way, and I work 2 miles that way, so we're all good. So here we got so far our Santa stuff here. So let's fit. I had started making a bow. Let's plug in this glue gun just in case. Not sure if I know where my bells are or not. I know I got big bells. So I like to put different ribbon in the bow than I do on the tails, just so it kind of stands out. Thanks, Rachel. I can make you one. So we got Santa Claus back here, and we got some red and white little glitter dots. Gotta have my glitter, but we need 2 more. We need this one. I put some the same, some different. I thought I grabbed. I got that one. Oh, for heaven's sakes, we'll use this one. This one's cute too. This has got little glitter trees on it. Let's see, we'll put that one on top. If I don't dovetail as I go, then I forget. It's a 14-inch from Dollar Tree. I just use the Dollar Tree frames. Even in my great big wreaths, I still use the Dollar Tree frames. They still might end up being, 8 or 9 inches thick, but. So We're just going to make a funky bow. You're welcome. I just graduate the size of the tails and loops down. Still got to see my numbers. Help keep your loops the same way. Dovetail is when you fold it in half. I cut from the folded side about a 45-degree angle. Then you put the tail over the loop and the loop over the tail. So this one I'm just using red, white, and black. Use it for so many holidays or every day. I like to make a puppy dog wreath that ends up being red, white, and black. I have a kit on my Etsy that's red, white, and black and a dog wreath. I got not yelled at, but I had a cat lover say, well, where's the cat wreath? I'm like, oh, I apologize. I will make a cat wreath. I do not believe I've ever made one, but I will. So we just used 5 ribbons. If you struggle to make bows, I've got some tutorials a little bit further back on my Facebook page. Even Mr. Floyd can make a Floyd bow. Not quite as like mine, but he's downstairs with my granddaughter. He don't come live with me no more. Ever since I learned how to set up my own lives on the computer, he's like, oh, you don't need me. And I'm like, jeez. See how you are? I tighten it most of the way up. And we'll spread some of these out. I will, Pam. At least your message is nice, because some of the other girls are like, you tell him to get his butt up here. He was working late today, so I'll give him some grace. So after I get my stuff spread around where I kind of want it, I will tighten it down. I like to use zip ties because it gets it tighter in the middle. If you have it real tight in the middle, it's what makes your bow pop. Also, if you do it real tight, you won't see your zip tie in the middle because it'll be hidden down in there. Once you use a zip tie, though, you can yank on it because it's not coming apart. Got 5 minutes. Doing good. You can trim your tails. Can't trim your loops. I think you'll make more tails. Nothing says they have to stay the same size everywhere. keep that zip tie on there to have a little handle. Alright, so let's see here. My bows usually go right there. And if your tails are in the way of your sign, you can snip them and trim them or yank them around and put them to the other side. I'm gonna use the needle again to put it down through. It'll let you know if you're hitting a road stop. Ouch. Don't poke yourself. That's why a lot of people use the plastic ones, so it doesn't do you any harm. So we just wrap it around the frame. Give it some tugs. Like I said, if your tails are in the way of something, you can always trim them a little bit, especially in a funky bow. It doesn't hurt them to be off, like shorter on one side or the other. Just gives them to their more funkiness. So here's how flat this is. So it will stick between your door and, whoop, there we go, your storm door and your big door. There you go. So if you aren't part of our Craft Around the Clock, make sure you join. It's a free group. It's where everybody, all the creators go live in the group that I'm in. And you can see lots and lots of crafting all day and evening long. And if you miss it, it's there to watch later. So thank you so much for joining me. If you are watching from Craft Around the Clock, just scroll or swipe down and it'll refresh. And then you can see the next person. And always, if you want to see what I do, give me a follow, and I'll always try to post when I'm going live. Sometimes it might be that day, but I will let you know. So thanks again for coming and hanging out with me, and I will see you later. Bye now.